This is weekly reset number 77. Getting to know me better, a journey to developing self-confidence in the workplace and beyond. In my origin story, nobody ever said explicitly that I was worthless. I, as a youngin', took it upon myself to just observe my surroundings and to make conclusions based off of what I was seeing, what I was hearing, and I came up with ways to survive my circumstances. And no one ever, in addition to not really explicitly saying that I was worthless, no one ever corrected my way of thinking either, right? I just took it upon myself. And because of the way that I was being treated, I said to myself that I must be wrong. I must be doing the wrong thing. And therefore, I deserve to be mistreated. And therefore, I don't have worth. The goal and purpose of me sharing now is to reclaim my experiences and to make an effort and an attempt to make something of those experiences, to change them in some way, even though they're like immovable things because they've happened in the past, but change them in my mind in some way so that I can integrate these experiences into my life and be able to move forward with my life and move on with my life in healthier ways. So this past week, I was thinking about the patterns and themes of my life and story. And I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring my note cards and like share it. And I was like, you know what? I don't even need to do that because I know this story really well. I don't even need to look at my note cards because I already know what to say. It's pretty much ingrained in my psyche, you know. But yeah, not feeling worth anything, needing validation and approval from outside sources, and dealing with putting up with mistreatment as my lot. These are like some common patterns of thinking that I've just had and accepted based off of like the way that I grew up and things. And challenging those things is really difficult, and it's especially difficult when the circumstances haven't changed, the environment hasn't changed too much. Everywhere I turn is somebody trying to tell me the opposite of like this esteem building exercise that I'm trying to implement, you know? So as a result of the recurring reoccurring patterns that I've had, beliefs that I've had. I'll act in particular ways or not act. Yeah. Yeah, so one of the first things that I wrote down at the beginning of the week was something that I do is that I disconnect from myself and I dissociate as a way to cope. It's a coping mechanism that I've used since I was little to try and not feel the things, the bad things, the painful things, and a way to like try and protect myself and or distance myself from my experiences. And when I do that, when I disconnect from myself, I'm disowning myself, disowning my life, and I am leaving parts of myself in the dark and essentially acting like a stranger to myself. A lot of these ideas, by the way, I wanted to share, a lot of these ideas and concepts of the self, I've been getting from a couple of books by Nathaniel Branden. One of them I read like a couple of years ago called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. And more recently, I read Honoring the Self, which is where I got that phrase. I just like took that phrase and like ran with it because I was like, yes, this is absolutely what I'm trying to do and accomplish, is honor the self, honor myself, because I've spent so much time not doing that. And I'm revisiting this book, Honoring the Self, Self-Esteem and Personal Transformation, right now during my my self-confidence journey, and wanting to understand the idea of confidence and self-esteem. So confidence is like a part of self-esteem, and within self-esteem are these other aspects like self-acceptance, self-knowledge, and he talks a lot about, at the beginning of the book, he's been talking a lot about self-awareness and how, because we are thinking beings, we need to begin at a level of awareness in order to survive our surroundings and to like make and do the things that we need in order to survive. So this is gonna be, or is already, like a guide and a source of like inspiration to my talking points and stuff. Yeah, so I wanted to just kind of emphasize like where I'm starting from, as like my pre-work, and just saying like, this is where I've been, like this is what I know, this is like when something happens, when I'm triggered, whatever, like this is where I go to this place where I feel like I did when I was in my youth. And it's a very painful place, and it's a place that I have to visit in order to like in order to like continue to heal. I have to go to that place sometimes, and that doesn't like come very easily, to like go there with the tools that I have presently and like make sense of things, and then like put things in order how I need to, and then like return to the present and like take another step like towards like recovery and like being the type of person that I want to be. So yeah, so I'm reminding myself, along with continuing to tell myself like to move slowly, to take your time, and all of that. I'm just reminding myself of my goal, which is to reclaim my life and my experiences, and to see them all as worthy of me like sharing and expressing, and then knowing that it's going to help me improve all the other areas of my life. The way that I am at work, when I'm interacting with people, is impacted by the way that I see myself, the way that I appraise myself. I like that expression. The way that I view myself, and then ultimately the way I act based off of that. So yeah. So I'm starting there. I'm starting with like these painful things, but knowing that like I'm not in those painful places anymore, and that I can make something of them. Like, so I say that not really knowing like what to make of them or anything. That's my starting point. I feel like that's okay. Like, I'm at a place now where I'm like accepting that as like good enough to go, you know? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it, you know? I'm just like doing what I can, still figuring things out, and yeah. So I want to leave myself with an activity to do for the upcoming week, and that is journaling, because I haven't been. And the prompt for the week is, what motivates you and what drives you? That's my writing prompt for the week. So as a person who naturally, when I am faced with difficult situations, as a person who, when that happens, I, like I said, I tend to like disconnect from myself, right? So it shows up in little things like papers piling up, and me not having reviewed my expenses in the last however many weeks. So I'm calling myself out so that I can tend to those things in the upcoming days and weeks. And then also I haven't been writing and looking at my planner, so that's something else that I want to address, and just do a little bit of writing. Write about the thing, because I already know the answers to this question. What motivates you? What drives you? What is motivating you? What is driving you? So I just want to write some stuff down so that I have that. And I will be back next week, and I will share some more. Peace.